Hi, my name is Yves Grolet. I am the managing director of Appeal Studio. We are doing Outcast too, as you know, and I was part and even the creator of the original Outcast back in the day, and also the founder of the original Appeal in the 90s. My main role is more creative director, you know, so I handle more the high level of the story, high level of the world, high level of the gameplay, but I am not in the day-to-day task and in the day-to-day management of the game designers and so on. And Pablo is the relay. Pablo relay my vision. I am kind of vision keeper, and he relay my vision day to day with all the developers. You know, being careful about respecting the global vision of the game, of the lore, of the gameplay, the story, the characters, and so on. So at the beginning, of course, the first part of the game is a bit classical, but at one point the game opens up and you have plenty of possibilities to do at the same time, and you have to decide what you want to do at any given moment. You will not have like a classical quest log. The quest log itself is very different. It's like a diagram with nodes and stuff like that, because it's non-linear actually. Yeah, actually systemic game design is more about simulation. It's more about variables that represent the amount of resources or amount of something, like reputation in the first game or whatever. And the way you affect those variables can be doing things at different places in the world, and they take also effects in the world. That's why it's systemic, because everything is kinda connected, you know. And actually this is the basis of the non-linearity. This simulation. It's like taking the reputation system of Outcast 1 and putting it on steroid. So making more variable like that in different places that affect different things to do. Yeah, it's like expanding this system. But yes, what is important is having the world alive, an alien world with a lot of lore and cultures of the talents. So it's also all about speaking to those talents, like the first one. We continue to do an adventure game with a lot of dialogues and a lot of lore and things to discover. It's the same actually. The fact that the quests were too much like FedEx quest. You had to grab the resources there and bring it to a character, a quest giver character. This was too much classical, too much dated. And we wanted to remove those kind of quests with other kind of quests that are more about challenges. You have to handle challenges in the world, like beating something in a certain way, or discovering things. And when you succeed in those challenges, it changes the systemic variables, and those systemic variables allow you to get new things. So it's less FedEx quest and more skill-based challenges, to push forward the story. The most funny challenge was the cutter head, for instance. It's maybe a detail, of course, but fans are very attached to the cutter face. But the cutter face back in the day was not defined. It was a blurry texture. So we try to guess what player projected in their head about those blurry textures and try to do it in a new modern way. And it's a bit of detail, but it's funny that it was very difficult to handle actually. More seriously, the most difficult thing is informing the player what they can do at any given moment, because there are so much options. The challenge being to have them not get lost in this field of possibilities. Back in the day, the women were not present in the first episode. At that time it was just a production restriction, it was not intentional, but we had not enough money to do more characters and the child, and we had to cut and decide, okay, they are on an island. But here, because we are showing this island, we have to do it properly. And we decided actually that the women are ruling the world, and they are so important that they are on their island, which is the most important place on the planet where all decisions are taken, because we wanted to show that it was not intentional to not put women in the first episode. Yeah, of course, we think about it even during the production of Outcast 2, because we are planting seeds for Outcast 3, 4 and so on. Nothing is done yet about Outcast 3. We have no idea if it will happen one day, but we are preparing everything to make it coherent with everything. So there are some parts in Outcast 2, some mystic magical parts that are just scratching the surface of what we can do, and this will be expanded way more in a possible Outcast 3. It's very stressful because I always stress that we forget something in the production to polish possible combination of gameplay that we forgot, or that we forget a non-linear possibility that will break something, or that will not be handled properly. So it's very stressful, yeah, because there are so much possibility in the game that I'm always, did we talk about that? Are we covering this? Are you sure you tested that? And yeah, it's a bit stressful, yeah. So yeah, to conclude, I hope that all the fans will recognize the old cast they like. Actually, we are working hard to make it coherent with Outcast 1. A lot of people are from the original team, me included. Not all the team, of course, because the team is way bigger now. But I hope they will recognize and see the progression from Outcast 1 to Outcast 2 that is on a coherent track even for the future.